Welcome to a new edition of the Uplift Start the Week, where we discuss subjects relevant to us women in an open and respectful manner. I am your host, Klyne Schreibhand, founder and editor of the Uplift Jewish Women's Magazine. Hello, today's guest is rather special. She's a Manchester born and bred, I think. And she's been such a support to me personally and to the Uplift project. I mean, from day one, actually. So today I'm going to introduce you to somebody by name and let her introduce herself by what she does. And I know she has so many different hats on, but we're today going to speak about one specific hat. But let's first hear Bayla Klyne. Welcome to my Uplift podcast. Let's hear all about you.
Hi, Klyne. Thank you very much for inviting me to join you today. And I think you want me to talk about the W.O.W group, which is just one of the things that.
But I think first I'd like you to give us a picture of who you are.
Okay. So I'm a trained lawyer. I specialise in family mediation, which is dealing with post-separation issues between parents or couples after they have separated, whether it's to do with financial matters or to do also have a group of ladies who I have got together over the years. We started about 4 or 5 years ago. We are called W.O.W.
Okay, so W.O.W means
Women of Work. We are all got our own businesses, and we all support each other on a day-to-day basis. We started off having speakers and brought people from here and there and organised a few courses as well online. But when COVID set in, we became a WhatsApp group, which has been very, very much supportive of each other. And people were panicking at the beginning, if you remember back exactly 3 years ago, how they were going to survive. Everything was closed. A lot of these ladies had small shops, small businesses. Well, we all encouraged each other and gave each other ideas, and we have all survived.
Okay, so let's say, how many people would you say is on your group full time?
Well, we're about a membership of about 40. And I would say that, excuse me, you picked a day when I've got a frog in my throat. I would say about 20 to 25 members are active and talk to each other regularly. We post each other's ads and announcements on our individual statuses, so we help each other. Our motto, Klyne, is that Hashem looks after us all.
100%.
There is room for us all.
I think it comes across very much because you're not saying, oh, only this one person from this business. I think you let everybody in. It's not a problem. It's, you're very, very, and you're kind to everybody. Everyone gets the same space, which is very important. Very important. I also would like to ask you, Bayla, first of all, how do they find you? Let's say somebody, I'm new, I just started a business. I'm new to Manchester. It's not only Manchester women, is it?
No, we've got people from abroad and from London, but it is mainly Manchester.
Because I know that I met a few women through your group.
Right.
And they're not Manchester. I met Dahlia through you.
Yes. Dahlia is a frequent contributor to our group. She's great. And so she's watching now. Thank you, Dahlia, for being part of us and giving us the benefit of your insights. No, but it is mainly Manchester because maybe that's where my contacts are. So when I see people and I ask them, and my own the people who are on the group, they know people in Manchester. That's how it's grown. We do have networking meetings round the table. We all introduce each other, just as in all types of networking meetings, and we try to give each other business that way as well. But what we're doing now, if you'd like to hear about our next venture.
Definitely.
Oh, let me just tell you about some of the Zoom meetings we had during COVID, because it was a time when internationally the world became a much smaller place. So our local world became very small because it became our homes, but our
outside connection.
outside, we actually had more connections. We developed connections, and we had speakers from all over the world, and they were fantastic. They came to speak and tell us about their own journeys and their own trials and their own challenges, and it was brilliant to hear. And I thank them all.
We had really good speakers, actually. I remember.
We had great
Yeah,
speakers.
you really have. I mean, besides me, obviously, you've had other very good speakers who are.
We had Hannah Gabriel, who makes the Paroises.
Yeah.
We had Reva Pomerantz, who's written so many fabulous books and serials. We had Miriam Israeli, came a few times, and she's the most amazing songwriter. Most of the songs we hum along with these days are her compositions.
And I think that's really good that you have such, you bring such good women's voices that are working and that are achieving, and show that, we could achieve, have a normal life, be good mothers, be good home, whatever, you don't have to be even a mother. You could be just a person who is on top of stuff and working. And I think that's really important that you do that. Let me ask.
Sorry, let me tell you about what I've got planned now. So what I've got planned now is an event next Monday, the 20th of February, and it's in the All Hell Torah Hall in Roston Road in Salford. And we have got, for the very first time, I would say, an exhibition, a showcase of women's businesses. And I don't think there's ever been anything like this. I'm not talking a shopperama. I'm not talking just what people sell, although that's a big part of what's going to be on offer, but also people like accountants and business leaders and what else can I say? And loads of lawyers and all sorts of different businesses.
Now, how will, let's say, a person...
I meant to bring the list with me just now, but I've just left it down.
Okay, that's fine. But how would, let's say, somebody who's doing a platform for what you do, for your type of job, what would she be showing at this event that people should?
Well, I'm asking people to exhibit their talents, talk to people, obviously, but also to give challenges and to do with their own businesses. People should be able to answer questions, and maybe it goes into a raffle for the best prizes, or think of all sorts of things to do with their business, which promotes their business and brings their business name to people's minds.
I think that's what it is. It's all about showcasing.
Yeah, people just aren't, especially ladies, are quite careful about coming forward, and for a good reason, because we want to do things in a modest way. But at the same time, we do need to bring our name forward. People are approaching me to exhibit. I've never heard of them, and they're just working a street or two away from me. So it's an opportunity for them to promote themselves. And also, I'm hoping to invite school leavers and seminary girl leavers to show them the types of things that they can buy into and train into. And we've got, for example, Henya Mayer coming and doing a book signing, and she is quite a famous authoress, in my opinion. She sells all over the world and in the English-speaking world, and she was somebody who they can talk to. How did she get started? How does she make it work? So hopefully they'll be able to approach all these people and see how it happens. I think their dreams happen.
Bayla, I think it's fabulous, because I think that what you're doing is slightly different than just a networking community. I think you're also challenging the people who are on your network to grow, not to just stagnate and just meet and just stay in that little group. You really are expanding their minds. And I think that's really important, because it's not just good enough when we sit in business and we don't, go further in our knowledge. We just sit and just do what we're good at. We have to, we always have to continue learning about our businesses and about the business world. And we could do it. We just have to learn it. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's say somebody wanted to get involved with the actual network. What would they have to do?
If they wanted to be part of our group, it's helpful to be on WhatsApp, because that is the main the hub of the group. I can inform people by email and by ordinary text messaging of events, but you hear about them really through the WhatsApp group. And anyone who wants to be on that should just contact myself. I can put in the chat my phone number if you want. So if anybody
What we'll do at the end is, instead of giving your phone number out, would you want me to give your phone number or your email? And we'll put that in the bottom of the talk so that people could get in touch with you.
Yeah, I think my email might be better. Really.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that's really important. That
I think enough people have got my phone number.
Yeah.
On my website, the mediation has got my phone number. So
yeah. Actually, it's the mediation. First of all, you didn't even speak about the other job that you have, paperweight. But Bayla, you really, Klyne, I think you yourself, you don't even realize it, but you're quite an inspiring personality, because you've done so much, and you are, you're not only have done so much, but you are in a job as a lawyer. You're a professional in the whole world, meaning you went to study for it. It wasn't something that was just a fly by night. I began to become like me, I became a florist or whatever. I studied, but I didn't have to study quite as long. So that is like a really big achievement in our circles. So I would like you to say on your own, I mean, from your own point of view, what makes you tick in the world of, the lawyer world, the paperwork? What makes you personally get up in the morning and say, this is what I'm doing? This is something I really love.
It took me a long time to work out exactly what I wanted to do. I started off by training as an economist. I did an economics degree, honours degree, and specialised in, not specialised, it was pure economics. It didn't go off into social work or anything like that. It was pure economics. My father said to my mother, because she said, well, what on earth is that, and he said, well, all prime ministers have to have that. So
he had aspirations, didn't he? Nicola Sturgeon stepped down if you're looking for a job. Yes.
Not Scottish. Not Scots. So I don't know. I think the expectations were quite high. I didn't feel it as a pressure. But I sort of worked in economics and taught economics for many years. It all comes, everything I do builds on the next thing. So the economics part of my work is helping me with the property and financial issues that my clients, my mediation clients have, and as you touched on, my paperweight clients had. So, and now the business part is touching on the WOW. So one thing builds onto the next. Nothing is ever lost. And I can see the way that happens. And I think that's what drives me on. There's always something you can use to help someone else. And you're helping yourself as well.
Really are. I think people don't. It's funny because as well as me, my jobs have been very varied, and I've gone from a lot of different stages in my life. And I think that they all led to what I'm doing now. And I'm so thankful for all those things that have formed me into who I am today. And I think it's just amazing if we take all these things that happen to us, and instead of going, oh, not again, I have to find another job, or not again, I have to start all over, or not again, I have to learn something. You have to think to yourself positively, this is amazing. Look what I've gained from it. It's not always easy, but it is a possibility to do that. And I think we have to really encourage these young women who are, let's say, in your WOW group. They're young, a lot of them, and they're scared, oh, I'm never going to make it. This is not going to work. First of all, hopefully it will work. But even if it doesn't, it's a learning curve. Am I right on that?
Totally. And a lot of our members have changed quite a lot since they started with us. One has gone on to have a different career. She's become a bit of a speaker, and she started off with us in one business, and now she's developed and grown into another one's shop has developed. She's got bigger shop, bigger aspirations there. One has made a guide to Manchester for visitors, as well as running her store.
We featured that guide at one point, yeah.
They've all discovered parts of themselves that weren't necessarily so apparent. But
and I think that is what Jewish, more than any other actually, business is. And I'll tell you why I think that it's more in Jewish, because in our circles, more than I think we're very family orientated. So our whole thing is inside the family, and we're always, even let's say something is not working, and we're always looking for the next thing because we need to bring the money in, or we need to help in the schooling or something like that. So we're always looking for things to make us go forward. And I think that's a really big thing that we have in our community, that we have a lot of women who are constantly searching for new ideas. And I think it's really important that we bring that out and show people. And I'm glad that you're making this thing on this exhibition, I would call it, on next week. And even though this is going to be too late for that, I think. But I want, we're going to feature it in the magazine just to show people how important a community, a little, even if it's WOW or it's JWOW, there's so many communities within the Jewish community that are being built by women who are strong and who are wanting to help, the growth of our community. And I think that's so important. It's just an amazing thing. And I'm so thankful that I know you anyway, Bayla. You've been really, for the magazine, you've been amazing. You really.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been lovely talking to you.
Yeah, and you too. And everybody will be back next time with another Uplift podcast.